these look kind of identical. So I believe these cells are genuine, but you shouldn't buy cells that are this expensive on AliExpress because there's a big chance that they turn out to be fake, especially if you need high amp cells. Many brave cells have fallen, but we have some champions on the battlefield. Porsche is the Listen cell, one of the most trusted Chinese brands. And then we have the Listen cell again. And we also have Shockwave. And we have Turnera 40T, and again Listen. And again, these two that were too expensive to actually buy, but most likely genuine.
So we're gonna be building this.
Okay, guys, what it do? Chriscrossing wires back with another video, and as you can see, I started off showing someone else's video. This channel is called The Battery Doctor. The Battery Doctor is exactly who he says he is. He's the Battery Doctor. I tell you guys all the time, research, research, research. Look before you leap. You know, find out as much as you can about whatever you're about to attempt to do in e-world, you know, before you make a dreadful mistake, a costly one. Now, you heard in the beginning, Battery Doctor saying a lot of cells that you get online from Alibaba, you stand a good chance of coming across some fake cells, especially when you're ordering them from China. So be very careful. It's best to buy cells right here in the US. I know a lot of people want to buy from Alibaba because prices, they're inexpensive. Well, there's a reason for that. You know, sometimes you get what you pay for, and it's just that simple. Not only that, you know, when it comes to buying batteries and stuff like that, especially from overseas, another thing, it's going to take a long time because they only ship batteries by ground, you know, and sea. So you know, you're going to be waiting a long time, and possibly after you waited all that time, you may get some fake cells or just some bad quality cells. So if your knowledge on cells isn't that great, like I said, check out the Battery Doctor. He will put you D. All right, that being said, I made a post the other day saying that I had a couple battery builds I needed to do already, and I wasn't going to take on a lot of battery builds because it's just me. I don't want to overwhelm myself and bury myself in too deep with taking on more jobs than I can handle. So at that particular time, I said I wasn't going to take on anymore. But after rethinking that, I'm going to try not to refuse anyone. So I will accept a few more battery jobs. You know, like I said, if it gets to a point where I feel like I'm getting overwhelmed, then I may pump my brakes at that point. But yeah, if you're interested in a pack and you want to go with a Chriscrossing wires pack, holler at me. And one point in time, I said I was only going to build custom packs, but actually no, I'm going to build whatever type of pack you need. Now, difference being, in regular battery packs can be built easily and quickly and don't require extra reinforcement as far as you know, using copper and heavy gauge wires, and just the method in which you build the pack, the cell layout and everything. Packs have to be set up and laid out a certain way in order for them to distribute high current. Now, I've seen a few battery builders, and I've said this before, if you see guys building packs and they're doing that snaking method, whereas though there's just one path for current to flow in that pack, I mean, that will work, and that is fine for low current projects. You know, if you're just running 20-25 amp controller, stuff like that, sure, that's no problem. But you cannot build a pack using that snaking method where you have let's say you're building a 5P pack and you have all 5 of those cells in parallel, and then as you go from stage to stage, you still only have one path of current flow. You know, I'm sure you may have seen that or seen some people building that way, and like I said, it will work. However, that's not the correct way to build a high current pack. You need to use series parallel configuration, whereas though the current is moving through the pack with multiple paths for it to flow. And you know, that's so it can deliver high current. At the same time, the materials in which you use have to be a lot thicker and different material, like using copper. Copper is the best, and I'm using 0.3 millimeter, which is pretty thick, and not just the thickness and the layer of the copper, but how wide the actual traces are. You know, the wider you make your traces, the more current that can flow, and the thicker that copper is, the more current that can flow. You know, that's just plain physics. Nickel strips, a lot of nickel strips are 0.1 millimeter, 0.2 millimeter, and then they're only like 5 millimeters wide. So some of those nickel strips can only handle like 10, 20, 30 amps at the most, and most of them can't handle 30 amps. But they have some nickel strips that do come in that double strip with the series parallel configuration, and they can handle a little more amps. But when you're building a pack that needs you know, 300, 400, 500 amps, that pack has to be built a certain way with certain materials, and that requires more work and more material. So that type of pack is going to be more expensive. You know, if you just need a 100 amp pack or anything below 100 amps, 150 amps, you know, you can use the basic methods to build those packs and nickel strips, and you're fine. But like I said, when you get on these high current packs, you're going to need for them to be heavy duty, fortified with some materials that can handle that excessive current. All right, now, like I said, I initially was only going to just take on these few little battery builds, or you know, just accept a few battery builds. But like I said, I'm going to in the meantime take on as many as I can till I feel like I'm overwhelmed. You know, at the same time, I have my own projects that I want to work on. Also, I like to ride myself, and I like to do other things too. So I don't want to be down here stuck in my man cave feeling like I'm in a sweatshop and working from sun up to sundown with no time for myself. So, you know, if you want a pack and you know you want to go with one of my packs or try me out, all I can say is you know, just being me, you know, don't mess around, because like I said, I'm no shop. I'm one person. I can't take on but so much. Anyway, enough of that. We got a few cells in today. I'm definitely waiting on some more before I actually can get started. Some other materials are coming. Yeah, but we got Somalis in today. As you can see, they all dressed up nice and pretty already, with the little fish paper stickers on the top, giving it that added protection from shorting out. And great, I didn't have to put them on there because that takes time to do. So these are already dressed nice. And yes, I am getting my cells right here locally in the United States, so you ain't got to worry about no fake cells or poor quality cells. And you know, I will be building my packs using the nickel copper sandwich technique, which is exactly what it sounds like. Nickel and copper fused together. So the reason why you need the nickel is so that you can weld, you know, through the copper. It's kind of difficult to weld straight copper, so you know, you have to have some nickel and have the copper sandwiched in between. And that's what we're going with. And we have a high power welder. We're going to be using a K welder this go around. And I built a pack especially for my K weld, a high current pack, instead of just using the lipo. So you know, these gonna be some excellent packs, no doubt about it. And I sure, you know, I intend to make a name for myself in the battery building world. The plan is to have some high power racing packs on the market, Chriscrossing wires made. So if you're interested, better get a move on, holler at me, and put your bid in. Alright, y'all, take it easy, take care. Chriscrossing wires. Oh, and I had these up here too. This is something else I wanted to mention. Do your own research as far as what type of cells you want to go with. You don't have to go with Mylar cells. You know, Mylar cells just happen to be a great cell, and you know, the choice of many battery builders, because they're, you know, they're good quality. They have a high capacity and a very high discharge rate, which is what, you know, most of us high power guys want. We want a cell with a high discharge rate. However, there are other cells that you can get with a high discharge rate, like these Samsungs right here. They're 40 amp cells. And these Lashin cells that you heard the battery doctor talking about, which were very good quality cells. In fact, that's how I found out about the Lashin. And these cells are pretty much neck and neck with the Mylar cells. They're only like $1 cheaper, depending on where you buy them. You know, P42s are going for about $6 or $6.99, and the Lashin, these 21700 LRs, they're going to be like $5.99, $1 cheaper, unless you get lucky like I did and buy them on Black Friday, and you can get a really good deal on these on Black Friday. But anyway, I have those cells up there. Like I said, you do not have to go with Mylar cell. Do your own research, find yourself a good deal, buy your own cells, and I will still buy your pack. You know, if you leave it up to me to have to buy the cells and source them and all that, you know, you may could save yourself some money. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to buy them from, like I said, right here locally, United States, and I don't like to wait on stuff, so I order stuff next day, or you know, express. So like I said, if you trying to save every penny, do your own research, source your own cells, and holler at me, and we'll discuss a price on just me building your pack. In fact, you can buy all your own materials if that's what you choose to do. If I buy everything, you know, like I said, all that's going to be in my price. So alright, that's pretty much it. Take it easy, take care. Chriscrossing Wires, Crooked Fang Production. Yeah, competition race packs going down. Deuces, we out. Peace.